Hello. In previous lecture, we were discussing about operating system. The primary goal of operating system is to make the computer system convenient to use, and secondary goal is to use computer hardware in an efficient manner. So this is the 2 points which should be kept by you in your mind. Now another term is language processor. What is the language processor? As programmers prefer to write their programs in one of the high level language. Why they prefer so? Because it is much easier to code in such languages. However, the computer does not understand any language other than its own machine language. Okay, computer does not understand any language other than its machine language, and machine language is that is the binary language which is written in 0 and 1 form. Therefore, it becomes necessary to process a high level language program so as to make it understandable to the computer. The system programs which perform this very job are language processor. Okay, the system program which perform this job are language processor, and there are generally three type of language processor, that is assembler, interpreter, compiler. So now we will discuss about assembler. This language processor converts the program written in assembly language into machine language. Okay, now this processor converts the program written in assembly language into machine language. Second language processor is interpreter. This language processor converts a high level language program into machine language by converting and executing it line by line. This is important, by converting and executing it line by line. And if there is any error in any line, it reports it at the same time, and program execution cannot resume until the error is rectified. Means after rectifying the error, the program can resume. Interpreter must always be present in the memory every time the program is executed, as every time the program is run. It is first interpreted and then executed. Okay, and for error debugging, interpreter is very much useful, as it reports the error at the same time. Okay, it reports the error line by line, but once errors are removed, unnecessary usage of memory takes place, and it has to be present in the memory always. So the main point is that this type of language processor converts a high level language program into machine language by converting and executing it line by line, and if there is any error in any line, then it reports it at the same time, and program execution cannot resume until the error is rectified. Okay, this is the important. Now the compiler, it also converts the high level language program into machine language but the conversion manner is different. Conversion manner is different. It converts the entire high level language program in one go. Okay, entire high level language program in one go, and reports all the errors of the programs along with the line numbers. Okay, this is the important. It converts the entire high level language program in one go and reports all the errors of the program along with line numbers. And after all the errors are removed, the program is recompiled, and after that the compiler is not needed in the memory as the object program is available. This line is very important. Therefore, if we combine interpreter and compiler, then it gives the best combination for high level language program translation into object code for the error removal. Interpreter can be used, and after all the errors are removed, the programs can be compiled, enabling the removal of the language translator from the memory. So main point is that it converts the entire high level language program in one go and reports all the errors of the program along with the line numbers. Okay, and if all the errors are removed, then there is no need of compiler. Now we will discuss about application software. What is the application software? This software is designed according to the application. This type of software pertain to one specific application. Okay, for instance, a software that perform railway reservation function cannot prepare result for a school. Okay, a railway reservation function cannot prepare result for a school, since that software is designed for only railway reservation function, not for result for a school. Okay, an application software is the set of programs necessary to carry out operations for a specified applications. Okay, an application software is the set of programs to carry out operations for a specified applications. There are programs written by programmers to enable computer to perform a specific task, such as inventory control, medical accountancy, financial accountancy, railway reservation, billing, etc. Application software can be subdivided into two categories. Okay, application software can be subdivided into two categories. Number one, customized application software. What is the customized application software? This type of software is tailor made software according to a user's requirement, and the software is developed to meet all the requirements specified by the user. So it is called customized application software. Okay, now second is general application software. This type of software is developed keeping in mind the general requirement for carrying out a specific task. Many users can use it simultaneously as it fulfills the general requirement. Okay. Now we will discuss the generation of computers. The term, this is very important questions. There are different type of generation of computers. The term computer generation is used always in written in relation to the hardware of computer. Okay, the term computer generation is used in relation to the hardware of computer, and each phase of computer development is known as separate generation of computers. Note this point: each phase of computer development is known as separate generation of computers, and each phase of development is characterized by type of switching circuits that it utilizes. Okay, note it is also very important, by type of switching circuits that it utilizes. Most computer today use the idea of stored program computer, stored program computer, that was proposed by Dr. John von Neumann in 1945. The von Neumann architecture is based on three key concepts, and that are data and instructions, that is program, are stored in a single read write memory. Okay. Second is the memory contents are addressable by location. This is the important. The memory contents are addressable by locations. And third point is that execution takes place in a sequential function. Sequential, not function. Execution takes place in a sequential fashion. That means from one instruction to the next, unless modified explicitly. Now we will discuss the first generation of computer, and first generation of computer is from 1945 to 55. Okay, the first generation computer used thermionic bulbs. Thermionic bulbs means vacuum tubes, and machine language was used for giving instructions. Note this: the first generation of computer used thermionic bulbs, that is vacuum tube, and machine language was used for giving instructions. The first generation computer used the concept of stored program. The computer of this generation were very large. Okay, the computer of first generation were very large in size, and their programming was a difficult task. Some computers of this generation are ENIAC. This was the first electronic computer development in 1946 by a team led by Professor Eckert and Mauchly at the University of Pennsylvania in the USA. Okay, next part we will consider in the next lecture. So repeat it and read it, you will find it very easy. So this is all about of today lecture. Thank you.